Second blog post, January 13th, 2019. Put my gloves on again. Posted my first blog and got some good tips from my tech team in my house on how to approach this, how to set it up, how to make it successful. So the first change is adding a selfie stick, which walking down Jupiter right now, along the Jupiter Trail with a selfie stick, I just wonder all these vehicles going by, the thoughts that might be crossing their minds. And I guess it doesn't matter, because that's the other thing I've learned in this beautiful life, is you do what sets your heart on fire and your soul and your being, and stop worrying so much about what other people think, because you know what? You don't walk in your life, you don't walk in your shoes, you don't understand. So live your truth. Yeah, there it is again. So today, first I need to say I'm Cheryl Hutchings. I didn't even say that in the first video. And the purpose of the vlog is to capture a day in a life of me. I've often had conversations with people about how at so many different points in my life I had this notion that if you did the responsible thing and you worked your buns off and you were goal oriented and had a plan on how to get from A to B, that life would go according to that plan. I remember having that rude awakening in my coaching years, early on in my coaching years, that the best laid plans are going to have to get laid over and over again. And then here I am showing up for life as all of my best laid plans have been detoured and rerouted in such a major way. And so, just like I said before, I told my kids when the really tough stuff showed up that we don't get to choose we don't get to choose what shows up in life. We only get to choose how we walk through it. And so we walk through it with our hearts wide open, because that's where the love can come in and lift and sustain. And I think, when people say, how are you doing what you're doing? It's with love. Some days definitely are easier than others. But lead with love. And let me tell you, this morning, fear was trying to set in. Fear was trying to hijack my life, so to speak. So that's when you get intentional about what you want your day to be and what you want the moments to be, and allowing what is instead of wanting something different. That's how I get through my day. So a typical day for me, I wake up, weekends definitely later, but on a typical day during the week, 6:30ish, I always start with a meditation. There's an app, I don't remember the name of it right now, that is absolutely incredible that I use. And so I do a meditation, and I start with my gratitude, the things that I am grateful for in my life. Because I could easily list off the things that I wish were in my life, but I give gratitude to the things that are. And a friend of mine, Erin Cullum, once said to me, what you seek is seeking you. And I absolutely love that saying. That helps me to remember that the things that I am gravitating toward in life are trying to find me also. So that's another mindset that I start my day with. I get up and get my kids ready for school. I have a big, tall glass of water, and I put either ashwagandha or astragalus in it, which are adaptogens and anti-inflammatories. And then I take my supplements that are supposed to be taken without food, and get my kids shuffled to school, and come back and make my green juice which consists of cucumber, celery, romaine lettuce, kale, ginger root, and a green apple, and all organic. And it's something that the nutritionist said at the Black Center is anything that you eat on a very regular basis should be organic, and that's to keep that toxic overload from pesticides and different things that are in food, to keep it out of your system if it's something you eat on a regular basis. So I do eat organic when it comes to juicing. And then after juicing, lately I've been doing oatmeal with chia seeds, sometimes a little honey, sometimes blueberries, sometimes a little extra dark chocolate. Gotta run across the crosswalk so I don't get hit here. And then we head off to yoga class. And yoga has been my life preserver. I especially love Am Studio, which my dear friend Rachel Maley introduced me to last winter. Ironically, the first day I went was on Valentine's Day. Did a flow with your sweetie or something like that with her and her husband, whom I both adore. They're one of my favorite couples in the world. And that was the day that I decided not to wear my wig anymore. Like, why am I hiding what my truth is? And I took that wig off, and I was in yoga class, and I had had treatment earlier that day. And I was getting hooked. I didn't know I was hooked yet, but I was getting hooked. So yoga, every day I go to the 9 during the week, and that cleans me out. That gets me focused, helps me let shit go instead of holding on to it and walking around with it chained to my ankle. And then there's usually a series of errands. Bridge Street Market is one of my favorite places to stop after yoga class because they have a fabulous selection of mushrooms, and I'm a giant fan of maitake mushrooms. There are so many good nutritional things found in mushrooms, and every integrative doctor I've spoken to really recommends daily intake of mushrooms. And then there's usually an appointment. I go to an acupuncturist. I see a chiropractor. I get high dose vitamin C every week. I use a machine called a Hocket, which delivers hyperthermia, ozone therapy, and Rife therapy. And I try to do those things once a week. And then there's errands in and out of there. And some months there's a lot of paperwork that I have to deal with, which that's a trigger for me, and I'm working on in life not letting paperwork get to me so much. It's difficult being the solo parent. You know, there were 2 of us before, and now it's me, and I handle all of the affairs, and it's not something that was really my forte before. Let's just shift scenery. There's some beautiful scenery here on the side of the Jupiter Bridge. So paperwork is a part of my day, returning phone calls, scheduling, and I'm really trying to get back into a mode of writing again. My writing coach, Michelle Lusky, who is wonderful, continues to encourage me. And I've been in a very stuck headspace for a couple of months, and finding the creative energy to do that has not been easy. My mind has been stuck on limiting thoughts, and so I'm working to get myself out of that space. Getting out in this glorious sunshine today will help that. Walking more regularly, getting that aerobic activity, breathing this deep fresh air, and just being outside, because I know that is one of the things that floats my boat is nature and being outside, and gets me reconnected. So this will help tremendously. So this week, that's what my schedule will look like. It's a henna week. I'm very excited about that. Get to see another one of my favorite people, Amanda Gilbert. And I'm going to really work on allowing miracles to show up in my life and love. And when those dark, heavy thoughts start to try to hijack my mind and my thinking and my life, that's when I have to become the observer. That's another tip that I've learned through meditation and yoga, is learning how to observe my thoughts instead of reacting to them. Some days that's way easier than others. So hopefully this video isn't so noisy. This is a super busy street. I thought I would give a different viewpoint, different scenery that's not too far from where I live. Just showing that nature is all around us and we can immerse ourselves in it. It's just a few minutes away. We don't have to make it a big giant deal, though I would love to. I've been thinking of heading back up to one of my favorite places, Sleeping Bear Dunes, to get my fill. I've just been kind of stuck lately, so I'm working on getting unstuck as I move forward. It's an off week for treatment. I don't even think I have clearly stated that I'm on an active cancer journey now. Had a second diagnosis. First one was in August of 2017, triple negative breast cancer. And then those little effers showed up again on the same boob. In September, I had a second diagnosis. So I am in active treatment again, different medicines. It's 2 weeks on, a week off, which translates to 13 days, but I go for an infusion once a week for medicine that hopefully is going to get all of those cells under control, and then we'll figure out what are the next steps for healing. Cancer's a fucking bitch, I'm not going to lie. It's hard, and the mind games, and just knowing that there's a part of your body where the DNA has been disrupted and the cells don't know how to do the pre-programmed cell death, which is called apoptosis. They don't know how to do that anymore, and it's so frustrating because I'm like, what else can I do? How else can I support my body? And that's where I really liked what Dr. Block had to say about boosting the immune system, because chemotherapy just knocks it down. And a malfunctioning immune system is the reason that cancer takes over to begin with. Or I shouldn't say it that way. I should say a compromised immune system is the reason that the cells forget how to die, that the immune system can't clean house, so to speak. So anything I can do to support my immune system is like my daily mission, how I can return to homeostasis. I know a lot of very scientific words that I never dreamt I would know about, but isn't that the way life is? We can't always dream about the things that are going to show up. And so that's another tip I can share, is how I do what I do as I do today. Because if I start to get too far forward, that's where the anxiety sets in. If I start thinking too much about the past, that's where the depression sets in. So remembering to be right here, right now is the key to navigating my days, and especially the tough days. Oh, just look at that absolutely gorgeous view. I live in a cool city. It's just a few minutes from my house. Love it. So, I guess I'll just say thank you for watching my second vlog. I'm hoping to reach a large audience and hoping to inspire people to live their best life and make changes that support optimal health, optimal mindset, and remembering to let love be the guide. There's a lot of things that try to knock very heavily on the door, very loudly on the door, to steal the love. And we remember to be led with love. That's where even the darkest days, the hardest days, can be just a little bit easier. So lead with love. I'm loving watching these people go by. I'm holding on to my selfie stick, recording. Oh my gosh, this one's 15 minutes long. I was going to try to make it shorter. So that is really hard for me. My kids said, you know, Mom, you like to talk, so vlogs are really a good idea for you. So show up, suit up, rise up, give all you got to give, lead with love, spread love and kindness, especially in today's society. And tune in next time. Peace out. Oh, one more thing. People always say, if there's anything I can do for you, let me know. And I always say, Healthy Cells, a Volkswagen van, personal chef. And the latest one that I have added is someone who can join me, accompany me in my life. A partner for companionship, somebody who likes to have fun and adventure, somebody who can breathe deeply with me, maybe somebody who loves yoga. I don't know, I'm putting a lot of parameters, but yeah, Healthy Cells, Volkswagen van, personal chef, and someone to date. Peace out.